Among the many planes of reality, one can find settlements ranging from little more than ramshackle tents and huts to mighty fortresses adorned with majestic steeples. But there are none quite like the city of Shimmerleaf. Bestowed with the unique and ancient ability to travel between these planes, the city's culture is quite alien to what any outsider might recognize. A place where magic and technology are often fused, and where architecture itself is held in an almost divine reverence. In the shadows of the 5 imposing steel spires at the city center, in the many homes, factories, and places of scholastic interest that comprise the majority of Shimmerleaf's infrastructure, there can be found a vast array of people from every walk of life, where no gender, race, or any such party finds themselves as the subjects of ire. In fact, condescension of any sort is typically levied only at those outsiders who should make themselves known without bearing a distinct firearm, a rare mark of distinguished progress from the outside world in the eyes of Shimmerleaf's common folk. As a bastion of scientific and sorcerous progress, it is understandably necessary that Shimmerleaf would require a formidable deterrent and defense to prevent its mystical secrets from falling into the hands of such primitive outsiders. Such a force comes in the form of the Shimmerleaf Navy, a fleet of crude but deadly flying machines, kept aloft with silvered gas bags and droning arcane engines. Through domineering the skies, Shimmerleaf maintains an unbreakable advantage over its feudal rivals, one which the ruling council assures the citizenship would never be used to steal or plunder, and that such rumors are entirely unfounded. To prevent such esoteric designs from reaching too far afield, the authorities maintain a tight grip over who is and who is not allowed to be tutored in the ways of constructing these wondrous flying ships and other pieces of magical technology, with the skills in question typically only rarely passed to the most prodigal members of the city's younger populace. Yet despite the city's relative luxury, with flowing water and magical lights, illusory entertainment, and a lethal military, Shimmerleaf's history is far from calm and peaceful. It is racked with unrest and turmoil. Only recently the city was forced to retreat via plane shift from a certain crushing defeat at the spear tips of its former neighbors, owing to the inherent fragility of the previous authoritarian regime imposed by its prior rulers, an oligarchy of 5 noble houses known as the Pentarchy. Further still, given the city's nomadic way of living, special consideration must be given to the most basic of supplies. Food and water are tightly regulated commodities, and there are few crimes more treasonous than tampering with the Vitapol reclamation plant, the heart of the city's renewable water supply. Perhaps it is their advanced technology in the midst of a primitive land that has led to such volatility. Perhaps it is the product of the unrelenting chokehold maintained on the masterful arts of crafting Shimmerleaf's wonders. Or perhaps it is simply the result of a population enduring the stresses of moving time and time again through their history. Stresses that are not felt only by the people themselves. Over centuries, magic itself has become warped within the city's bounds. Erratic anomalies haunt the darkest corners of alleys and sewers, and whispering creatures lurk just out of sight. Intersections with other planes become monolithic reflections of the existing cityscape, brutalist machinations wreathed in the haze and glow of other worlds, for which only a very few carry the necessary experience to navigate successfully. As the citizens of Shimmerleaf look towards an uncertain future amid an uncharted volcanic alpine valley, they cling to the hope that the fledgling democratic regional council might undo some of the Pentarchy's blunders and missteps, and somehow they might weather the newest misfortune of the recent plane shift, a deathly magical disease known as the Harrow Plague, an illness spread by magic that gradually wipes its victims from reality itself. The future seems bleak. And yet, after 1,000 years, the mighty spires of Shimmerleaf still stand tall. Perhaps they will stand for 1,000 more.